Thank you, Mr. Tomnick. Welcome, everyone, to the regular meeting of Lacombe City Council for Tuesday, October 15th. It is 5:32 p.m. and I'll call the meeting to order. Everybody's had an opportunity to review agendas. With respect to the consent agenda, just have you look at the September 9th regular council meeting amended minutes there. Those are amended. There was a couple of items that were missed and our legislative coordinator took care of those and checked them to the video recording to make sure they're for accuracy. And they are. If in fact you would like to have them removed, of course, they're open to do so. And seeing that no one has, I think we're going to accept those as are and move on to the regular agenda. Any items there, Councillor Hoekstra?
Thanks, Mayor Creasy. I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented.
Thank you. I see no other lights on, so please go ahead and vote. That is unanimously in favor. So with respect to the regular agenda, anyone? Councillor Ross.
Thank you, Mayor Creasy. If I may add to the in-camera legal, please. And then I would make a motion to accept the agenda as amended.
Okay. Item 8.4 then, a legal item. So it falls under FOIP section 24 and 25 as well. Thank you for that. Anyone else? Motion has been made to be accepted as amended, so please go ahead and vote. Little difficulty voting there, but I think this maybe went through now, and that is unanimously in favor as well. So before we get underway, as with many organizations, we do have changes from time to time. And at this point in time, we have an important member of our senior management team that has chosen to move on. Director Lapointe, I want you to realize just what a tremendously positive impact that you've had on our community. I believe that your career here at Lacombe has spanned some 13 years, and your absence will certainly be felt. Well, we certainly wish you the best of luck in your new pursuits. Thank you on behalf of council for everything you've done for us here. You've definitely made an impact on Lacombe, a very positive one, indeed. I don't think we're going to slam the door on you for a day or two yet. However, I believe there's only one more meeting, and given how schedules sometimes get messed up and whatnot, I thought I would do that tonight. So once again, a heartfelt goodbye and thank you for your service. All right. Manager McKinnon, I believe you are the first person up for item 6.1 under request for decision, the 2025 operating budget and the 26-27 financial plan. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor Creasy and Council. Tonight, I'll be presenting the first draft of the 2025 operating budget. On August 12, 2024, council directed administration to prepare the 2025 operating budget with 3.2% tax rate increase, 1% special paving tax, and the cost of living allowance of 3%. Administration prepared the draft budget based on this direction. In the report, you'll see Appendix A displays a comparison of the total budget changes by major expense and revenue categories for both tax-supported and utility operations. Highlights of those changes are mentioned in the report. Personnel, the 2025 draft personnel budget is compared to 2024 approved budget by department in Appendix 2. And Appendix 3 provides a further breakdown of these changes into one-time reversals from 2024, 3% cost of living allowance, step and benefit increases, health and dental provision, and new positions. The new positions equate to 2% of the municipal taxes and the addition of municipal finance intern on top of that, which is offset by grant revenue. Community groups made their annual budget presentations on October 7th, Committee of the Whole meeting. Agency requests up to 3.2% were included in the proposed 2025 operating budget that's presented today. Agency requests exceeding the 3.2% are summarized in Appendix 4, agency request increases. Service level changes not yet included in the budget are shown in Table 1 in the report. Table 1 shows $391,000 of expenses administration has excluded from the draft budget presented tonight in order to balance the budget. These items include a combination of agency requests that are greater than 3.2%, public requests, staff suggestions, and/or council priorities expressed throughout 2024. There is, however, $140,000 earmarked within the balanced budget for council to approve additional service requests, such as those in Table 1. The next steps in the budget process is the council operating budget workshop, which is scheduled for October 30th. Each department will present the budget changes they have suggested. Council will deliberate the operating and capital budgets on November 12th, 2024. And I'm happy to answer any questions you have on the operating budget.
Councillor Connick.
Thank you, Mayor Creasy. Given that this is just the first draft and we'll dive into this at the end of the month, I'm prepared to make that motion that council acknowledges the proposed 2025 operating budget report.
Senior Manager McKinnon, I noticed on the background information on a lot of the documents we have approved budget lines for many years previous, as was likely asked for by council. I'm just curious as to why we chose to go with budgets for comparisons rather than actual real numbers, being we have those for previous years.
And in your binder, you will have the actual breakdown of operations and the year actuals of the 5 past years. It's just not summarized in one of the appendixes to the reports tonight. And the actuals are as of the date that we did the reports. So 2024 has year-to-date actuals. So
Wonderful. I appreciate that. Thank you. Any additional comments or concerns? We do have a motion before us. Anybody would like that read back? The council acknowledges the proposed 2025 operating budget report. Please go ahead and vote. That is unanimously in favor. Senior Manager McKinnon, next up then, item 6.2, our 2025 capital budget, please.
thank you, Mayor Creasy. I'm here to present for council's consideration the first draft of the proposed 2025 capital budget. The City of Lacomb's 2025 draft budget includes 24 projects, which are listed in the report. The total expenditure is estimated at 10.82 million, and the proposed capital budget will be funded by 2.4 million in grants, 5.05 million from reserve withdrawals, 1.755 million from other contributions, and 1.55 million from debentures. Council will have an opportunity to further learn about these projects at the capital budget workshop on October 29th, 2024. And I'm happy to take any feedback from council on the proposed 2025 capital budget.
Councillor Dallas.
Thank you, Mayor Creasy. It feels odd sitting here, and there are many questions, but I guess the other part of this is too that we just did receive the large binder that is very detailed on this, so it does require more time and I think investigation. And so I just want to make sure people don't think it's just yep, green light off of 2 minutes, and there will be much more deliberation on this. So with that, I am happy to make the motion that council acknowledges the proposed 2025 capital budget report as presented.
Thank you, Councillor Dallas. Anyone else? You have a motion before you. Please go ahead and vote. And that is unanimously in favor as well. And continuing on in the capital plan world, the 2025 to 2034 capital plan, please.
Thank you again. I'm now here to present the 2025 to 2034 10-year capital plan. The purpose of the capital plan is to outline the future capital requirements of the City of Lacombe based on council priorities and existing infrastructure maintenance requirements. The first year of the capital plan is the 2025 capital budget, which will be approved to authorize capital expenditures for the City of Lacombe. The remaining 9 years, 2026 to 2034, are for planning only and are not authorized for expenditures. The projects by division for the 2025 to 2034 capital plan can be found in Appendix 1 of the report. The estimated capital expenditures presented in the plan are 105 million, 105.9 million to be exact. This is before inflation of the projects. In the chart, Appendix 2, there's a breakdown of capital expenses by the year of the plan. The estimated funding sources for the 2024 to 2025 to 2034 capital plan are debentures, 22.7 million, grants, 21.1 million, outside sources, 6.3 million, and reserve withdrawals of 55.8 million. Appendix 8 shows the funding sources broken down by each year of the 10-year capital plan. Major projects are considered within the capital plan include a fire station building for a total cost of 8 million, fire ladder truck replacement for a total cost of 2.65 million, roads renewal program, capital works 2026 to 2034 is a total cost of 16.2 million, new water reservoir and decommissioning of Pump House B is a total cost of 11.7 million, recreation center contribution for a regional center, 10 million, and city hall replacement. Total cost is unknown, but 2.5 million is in the plan for development. Debt financing is a major source of the capital funding for municipalities. The tax rate increase due to additional borrowing in the 2025 to 2034 plan is shown in Appendix 4. Appendix 5 also shows debt servicing projection broken out by the different sections of borrowing: tax supported, utility supported, and offsite supported financing. The City of Lacombe's capital plan are based on several assumptions that are outlined in the report. I am now ready to and happy to answer any questions you may have on the capital plan.
As with the other three reports, you're going to get off pretty easy tonight. However, as was clearly outlined by Councillor Dallas, there'll be plenty of time for discussion moving forward in this process, and at least one full day, if not two, set aside for council for budget purposes as a whole. Councillor Hoekstra.
Thanks, Mayor Creasy. Yes, I appreciate the long range planning, but yeah, and that we can talk about that. But I will make that motion that council acknowledges receipt of the proposed 10-year capital plan 2025 to 2034 report.
Thank you. Councillor Dallas.
Thank you, Mayor Creasy. I think this is nice, and it's good to get it out loud, because sometimes people don't get to hear all the conversations that happen with the future 2 days of planning. But I think there's always a lot of questions regarding where is our money going. And just with the major capital projects in the 10-year plan, when you look at $16.2 million for roads renewal, capital works alone, that is a large chunk of money. And like, these roads are not free and cheap to maintain or build, and that the city is doing everything it can to return roads to a suitable manner and to keep them in the condition that people expect. So I think that's just one nice piece to highlight on that. Thank you.
Anyone else? Very good. And the motion to acknowledge the receipt of the 10-year capital plan 2025 through 2034. Please go ahead and vote. And that was unanimously in favor as well. We do have 4 in-camera items. Before we do get into those, I will outline our organizational and regular council meetings here on Monday, October the 28th, 2024 at 5:30 p.m. Normally we have the next 3 or 4 meetings. However, given that that is an organizational meeting, we don't plan in advance till after that date. So then it will catch up after that next meeting or in 2 meetings, and there will be a larger focus on future dates. With respect to the in-camera items, Councillor Dallas.
Motion to move in camera.
Thank you. It's 5:51. Please go ahead and vote. That is unanimously in favor as well. And when we get the nod from IT, we will be in camera.